So this is a story about generosity that really touched me. And, a couple weeks ago, I'd gone out with a friend, and he said that God had been, dealing with his heart about generosity. And I understand that. I feel convicted to be more generous from time to time. So here's a great story about that. So a few weeks ago, me and Micah went to Jacksonville, Florida. As a side note, it was an amazing event, really life-changing for Micah, and just wonderful. But we were on our way back to Atlanta. We passed through Lake City, and I dropped Micah off at Starbucks to meet up with someone who he wanted to love on, and it was great. And anyways, when I get back to pick him up, he has made friends with this gentleman who is now homeless, and basically they were wanting to know if it'd be okay if he kind of hopped in with us and rode up to Atlanta, because he was trying to get up to Columbus, Ohio to reconnect with family. And I was like, sure, yeah, sounds good. So got the guy in the car, started talking, and I talked to him before while we were at Starbucks too, and I could tell the guy was all there. There was no mental issues and all that stuff, and really nice guy, just needed a lift. So anyways, got to talking to him, and so I started asking him, hey, like what's your story, and blah blah blah, and he knew we were Christians, obviously. Mike had prayed with him, and he had seen this guy got some healings and things, so he knew that we were Christians. So he wanted to tell me about that side of his life, and so he told me about he had been close to God, and then there had been some hardships, and he had gotten distant from God, and it basically got to the point where he was about ready to give up on God, actually. And then he told me, he said, I'll tell you something. He said, you're probably going to think I'm nuts. And I said, well, you're in the right place. I said, we're a little crazy, and we believe in crazy God stuff, so you're good. And he's like, all right. And he's, this guy is just, it's hard to describe the guy, but he's just kind of a humble, serious guy. So anyways, he says, like 6 months ago or whatever it was, he said, I was laying in my sleeping bag in the woods and had no money, ready to give up on God, and God woke me up in the middle of the night and said, if you'll get up and go to the Walmart parking lot, I've got $100 in there, in that parking lot for you. And he said he hadn't heard the voice of God like that in a really, really long time, or maybe ever. It was a really powerful moment, and it overwhelmed him. And here he was, getting ready to, be done with God and all this stuff. So he's like, okay, I'll do that. So he, gets out of his sleeping bag, starts making this journey. I think it was a couple of miles. So he's walking, and actually on the way, he passes a couple that are sitting at a bus stop. They're homeless, and he asked them, what they need, and they need a little money for bus fare and food. And he said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to Walmart. There's $100 in the parking lot, and God told me it's for me. And when I come back, I'm going to give you $50. And the lady was very grateful, but the man, I guess, was a jerk, or whatever, and just started yelling at this guy and saying, we've been told, by other people that they'll come back and give us money, and they never do, and just, calling him a bunch of swear words and cussing at him. And this guy that was in my car, he was not happy about that. He didn't like to be cussed at. But anyways, so he goes, and he goes to the Walmart parking lot, and there's a security guard lady who he's familiar with. He's been to that Walmart parking lot before, but they don't allow him to loiter at night. So he gets to the parking lot, and she kind of gets out of her little cart or whatever it is, and she's like, hey listen, sweetie, I think he said, but he's like, hey listen, she's like, hey listen, you can't stay in this parking lot, you got to go, the rules. And he's like, well, he said, I'm just here because God told me that there was $100 in this parking lot for me. And she's like, well, hey, you go on and get your $100, sweetie. That's good by me. And he's like, well, ma'am, you're standing on it. And she's like, sweetie, I'm not standing on $100. She's like, I'm fine if you want to go get your $100. That's good by me. But, I'm not standing on your $100. And He goes, yes, ma'am, under your right foot. You're standing on my $100 bill. And so this goes back and forth a couple times. And then she's like, okay, I'll show you. So she picks up her right foot. Sure enough, God had told him there was a $100 bill under her right foot. Crazy. Boom. So he takes the $100. He goes in, I think, to Walmart, gets it broken into tens, walks back by the couple, and on his way back to the woods, and gives them $50 out of this $100. And then takes the other tens and gives every bit of his money away, 10 by 10 by 10, to other homeless people, till he has nothing. And he said after that, every time he had a need, God would send someone, it would be answered. It was just every time God just was taking care of him. And I asked him, I said, did God tell you to give the money away? Because, like, he told you to go get the money, but did he tell you to give all your money away? And he was like, no, not really. He said, I just wanted to. And he's like, yeah, that wasn't, I knew that wasn't my money. And there were other people that needed help. And he's like, I knew that if I just gave, God would take care of me. And I was just like, whoa. Yeah, that kind of blew my mind a little bit. Outrageous generosity. So, anyways, amazing.